All right. There we go. Sit. You know, I was thinking about something the other day. So well, people are kind of coming in. I'm gonna kind of go over some whatever. I'm not gonna. Well, people are coming in. Actually, first thing I want to get first thing is first. I want this to be more, and I want this to be this, and we are gonna definitely 8,000 million kabillion% be going over this page. This is the page I want. Okay, and they got it stretched. It's perfect. Okay, so yes, like Vikings. We're gonna talk Vikings football. All right, we're gonna get excited. There's a games night, right? Thursday night. The Chargers. If you're a Charger fan, we're gonna get pumped up. Get the Chargers going. But I'm gonna show you guys what I mean about that. I'm gonna do that cadence and stuff and roll while we're getting started here. I also need to. Do I need? Is there somewhere where I can? No, I don't want YouTube help. I'm trying to get to. No, I just closed my hole. Ah, oh, no way, dude. Oh, and then I just messed that up too. I just closed my whole freaking. Oh, that's a bummer. Boom, boom. Wait, I don't want that. What's this? Here we go, X. That's what we want. Okay. We back? We're back, but it's not. The window captures. It has transformed itself to not look normal. All right, so Minnesota Vikings football. It's time. We're ready. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. We're gonna go over some stuff, some shit. Like I think this is YouTube. I can say whatever the fuck I want here, and we're gonna go how I want. I don't normally swear, and I'm not gonna be like a guy that swears a lot, but I'm gonna just talk the way I talk. Now let's get this kind of going here. So I need to figure out how everything looks, how everything is. Oh, I'm glad that came out. Whatever that was. Breathing will always be a thing, like I said in kind of the beginning. But anyway, so I was gonna kind of go over a cadence. Why I don't like turbo. So the Vikings use turbo. A cadence is the rhythm in which. Also, no questions are fucking stupid, and anyone that says any question is stupid is fucking. You're the fucking stupid one, man. That's ignorant. That's arrogance. That is the microcosm of a lot of problems in today's society, and I will not tolerate something like that to the best of my abilities. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I love it. NFC North. The best. Okay, so we need what? Okay, that's it. Alright, I'm gonna close everything out on this. I think I could. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how I can see my chat. Sorry, guys. How can I? Is there a YouTube? Why does it still say starting soon? It should be way far ahead of that. Okay. Can I get comments? Can I get? Okay, I think I could see the comments here. I think I could do it. Okay. I just got to keep my volume down on my thing. I'm just kind of watching myself there. I think use YouTube Studio. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what it is. All right, so I'm gonna go over this quick. We're gonna go over all this quick. Let's have a good time. All right, so the cadence basically that I'm talking about that the Vikings like to use, and like I said, a cadence is the words that you use before the snap of the football. So pre-snap. So what you're doing before the football, like, you know, red 40, green 80. You hear all these different ones, right? They all have kind of different meanings. One that I hear often with the Vikings is turbo. Now, I don't like turbo. The reason I don't like turbo in a cadence is because it doesn't roll. It doesn't. What you're trying to do with that cadence is almost draw people off sides. And so if your cadence is gonna be red, blue, whatever you start with, so red 40, green 80, whatever you want to say, and then if you go green 80, turbo, no one, that's not gonna turbo, turbo. You could say turbo 8 million times, 8 million ways, and it's never gonna fucking do anything. That's not the way. Okay, so I think this is like a thing that should be spread around the league. Like the cadence when you want to draw someone off sides, you want words to almost go together, like it's a song, like it's music, like it's a rap song or something, like you're rhyming. So green 80, red, red, sit, 24, 7, 8, 10, when you can stutter it, it really helps. Really helps it a lot. Anyway, that's my cadence talk for the day. We got the J Jetta cereal. We're gonna try that bad boy out here. Once my teeth get ready here. And then we got some plays. So this right here is the last play of the that I was thinking of the game. It's called rotation, and it's basically how to stop that tush push. And this is almost what the Vikings did. You put everybody in a 3-tech, and you have somebody underneath, somebody to slap it underneath and spin the top around to get Jalen Hurts and his body around in a circle. I'm gonna kind of keep that next to me in case we got to do any what do you call it? In case we have to do any more plays. I don't know. Any more things drawing wise, basically, is what I'm saying. All right, so next, let's go over some of this stuff. Let's go over some of this stuff over here in the back, and let's check it out. So the reason why I think some of the reasons why I think this season hasn't gone as exciting, you know what I mean? It's they're just it's this underlying negative, pessimistic tone, and I'm telling everybody that has that. And also there's one other thing that really needs to kind of be gone over. Okay, so and we're gonna want to clip this one too. So okay, so especially younger fans. Okay, so a few years back we started up a thing saying, like, if you're not cheering for the team, you know what I mean? Like, you're not a fan. You're simply not doing what a fan should do. You're not a real fan, man. And anyone that's being pessimistic, because this was back then, people were being like, oh man, we're just gonna lose. It's what they're doing now. It's what they're doing now. It's just Christian Ponder 2.0. We can't get nothing going. It's doing. So we made a stand and we said, no, we're not doing that. Okay. So the younger generation that heard it loud and fucking clear, right? So they wanted to definitely continue that. Now, what's happening though is this clash of, they always want to be excited about the game or about a player or anything, and if you critique anything, if you say anything, then you're part of that negativism, and that's not what the point was. The pessimism was a whole big thing. Critiquing one individual player every once in a while, or putting out the truth. And that's what I think is a big thing too, is the truth hurts right now, and people don't want to hear the truth. People can't handle the truth. And the thing is, we need the truth. The truth needs to be told. And the truth is that J.J. McCarthy hasn't done enough for anyone to be able to say anything about what he's going to be able to be as far as a bust or a good quarterback. He's just simply not played enough. Okay? So get that out of everyone's head right now. Like, and then the injury. Let's talk about the injury. You guys, I have been a medical professional for 20 years, 20 plus years. Okay? And when you get a high sprain in your ankle, okay? Let's look this up. Let's check it out. All right, so high. Wow, look at that right there. Boom. High ankle sprain recovery time. Let's see if we got it on the thing. I had to look on my unit here. Did it switch for us? That's still on that last screen. It did. It looks like it's following. I think it's following everything. Okay, perfect. It is. Okay. All right. Recovery time for ankle sprain varies depending on the severity of the injury. The individual healing process generally can take anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks, okay? 6 to 12 weeks, guys. 6 to 12 weeks. That's why J.J. McCarthy is out, okay? It's not a soft bench. It's not a statement. It's not anything. I do believe Coach is kind of, bubble wrapping him a little bit, protecting him. But this is the thing. Christian Ponder came out recently, and he stated that he played injured. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that Christian Ponder played injured the whole time? I was kind of blown away. But that's selfish. You know what I mean? That's a very, very selfish thing to do. Playing injured hurts the whole team. And when you don't tell the staff, it's horrible. So I think J.J. McCarthy recovering is the opposite of Christian Ponder, right? We are doing what we are supposed to be doing, and it's time to get excited about that, all right? It's time for the smiles to get back on faces. It's time to get going, bro. It's time, all right? J.J. McCarthy will be back whenever he'll be back. Who cares about that? 6 to 12 weeks, you know what I mean? It could be another 4 weeks. We don't want him coming back early, and hurting it again, tweaking it again. Coach wants him to have him have a good, perfect practice. If he and also a lot of people were talking about, is it his footwork is bad and he's having to go over footwork mid-season? That's horrible. That should be talking. No, they're not talking about that type of footwork. They're talking about when he plants, he's not able to do what he is normally able to do, right? Okay. So, and I got to wrap this up because I do got to get on TikTok and help everybody with their things, their fantasy. So we do fantasy football over there if you guys want to join us over there as well. But I digress. Anyway, so Vikings football fans, I think it's time, like I said, to start getting excited again. It's time to have a good time. It's time to be, let's go. Let's go. And the thing is Carson Wentz is trying his best, but if Max Brosmer gets come in, it's going to be electric. Electric. Oh my gosh. If Max Brosmer was going to be starting all week, it would have been so exciting. I think a lot of fans would be really excited to see that. I'm excited. I want to see him come in. I really do. And I don't wish Wentz any harm or whatever, but I would really like to see Brosmer. It'd really be nice. I think Wentz is too hurt. I think if we're kind of going by how we do, we should play the most healthy person. Like I said, an injured person really it hinders the whole team. The thing is I also see KLC seems to be playing scared. I've never seen him do this before. I've never seen him play scared. And that's why I think you're seeing the bite, the feedback, the kind of animosity, the anger. Playing scared is not the way to win. It's just not. You have to go in there and just play. That's it. Period. It's like a kicker getting the yips. You know what I mean? How did it happen? Is if you sit here and you try to it's never going to work. But if you just go out there and kick that dang ball, it'll be just fine. Similar to golf, similar to a lot of things in life. I think that that Vikings Nation definitely should be excited about McCarthy, though. The throws he makes are, I mean, they're really good. I mean, you give this kid a year or two, and he's going to be right on par with Drake May and the rest of them. And I think everyone's going to be really happy. We're all going to be really happy. And if that don't work out, there's Max Brosmer behind him. And if that don't work out, there's Dylan Raiola in the draft. I don't know, you gotta be positive and think about it. We got Aaron Jones coming back. Oh, that's what I was going back to. It being the positive and the negative and the fans, and you know what I mean. We gotta all support each other, and that's what I'm creating here is a group where we can support each other and where we can talk and where we can have a good time. And I think that Vikings Twitter and you guys are some of the best people I've ever met in my life, and I want to get us to galvanize all as one big force because the team's feeling it too. You got the racism coming in, you got all this bad stuff. Like I said, coaches getting angry, people getting angry, everything just not going well. And I think that, like I said, that goes back to that playing scared thing. You know what I mean? I think coaches under so much pressure to win for whatever reason. I don't know why. Because we don't need to win this season, you guys. We just don't. The idea that every single season is a must-win Super Bowl is completely without having a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or something. That's not a reality. We're hoping our quarterback can develop into that. But like I said, develop. And we got to watch that developing. And we have to enjoy it. And like I said, the little things. And that's where the critiquing actually comes in kind of fun. We could be like looking like, hey. And then McCarthy will maybe get a little mad. Like, oh man, they seen that pass that I made bad. I'm going to freaking fix that. And there could be so much positivity that comes out of it, man. And I really think that Vikings football Twitter could all galvanize together and we can cheer for the team no matter who is at QB. I think there's been this weird narrative about McCarthy that's made so many people have a big attachment to him, and you should. He's QB1. I like him. I have 2 jerseys, man. I'm attached too. But you also have to understand in this league that you can let go of attachment, all right? If something goes wrong, if it doesn't work out, it'll be okay, and to, like I said, critique or to talk to anyone critiquing, like to cut them down is doing a disservice to the whole process, like I said, because then the critique comes out, and if it is a proper critique, then J.J. McCarthy himself will probably try to fix it, or the world, it's just part of life. And the part where pessimism gets too far is if you're just constantly critiquing, constantly saying this ponder, poop, that's where we're talking about, like, no, that's not a fan. You got to constantly be positive in some sort of light about what your team's future is. Now, Super Bowl could still be in the cards this season too, guys. We're a 500 team, 3-3, right? I think the Vikings could really, really go far what if JJ McCarthy is just smoke, gets on a heater. Never know. Could happen. Just saying, coach did trust him for some reason, so I think that it could be a thing. I think that the Vikings are gonna probably maybe get beat tonight. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a brutal game. I think if Max Brosmer comes in, we might have a better chance. But with a hurt, I mean, you guys saw how hurt Carson was. He couldn't even put much on the ball there at the end. So there was the deep ball. We're gonna have to kind of dink and dunk. But the defense could do it. We could do it, you know what I mean? But the Chargers are one of them Super Bowl type teams right now. Like I really like the Chargers roster. If Amarian Hampton was back there, they would really be a lot more scary. I think with Amarian Hampton and having Vidal, I think that it does give the Vikings a better chance here. I think the Vikings, Rodriguez has really shown us some really good things too. I think part of the problem with our rushers is they're not playing contain. They're just jumping straight through, always looking for the sack, and then they're pulling hamstrings trying to sack them. That's why I like Blake Cashman. I don't want you ever trying to chase down a mobile quarterback like Caleb Williams. Don't do that, dude. Hit him off in the front, lead him, and just stride over to the side, and then get him. You know what I mean? And then you're going to tackle him for at least an even, right on the line, or for a loss, maybe, possibly, or just maybe for 1 or 2, versus him escaping, being able to throw, being able to run, being able to whatever, and then you pull your hammy, or this and that. Sacks are overrated in this league. Pressures are where it's at, okay? Pressuring the quarterback, in my mind, is a far different thing than a sack. A sack is just taking him down. Pressure is getting in the quarterback's mind. And how do you do that? Okay, you do that by constantly doing things that make him uncomfortable, right? Okay, so one thing would be a sack. Sacking him is included in that, so it's part of it. So sacking him a couple times, but also always getting back there, getting a hand up, getting in his way, getting in his face, just constantly disrupting the plays he wants to do. That is what will make a quarterback get frustrated, get flustered, and really mess up. And it is what defenses can really dial in on. What else? Let's like I said, let's go to the TikTok or TikTok. Let's go to Twitter and just check out what people have been saying here. Possibly no starting tackles with Wentz. What? Possibly no starting tackles with Wentz starting. Joe Alt and Khalil Mack going to be 100% game happy. Ooh, what? What happened to Christian Darrisaw? Whoa, has significant soreness in his knee. Dang it. But hey, that means that maybe we'll get to see Max Brosmer. Hey, I mean, yeah. Joe Aldo returning from his ankle. Sounds like Vikings money line, 142 money line tonight. I don't know what the money line exactly means but 142, that's a lot. I don't know what because usually it would be like a score. I don't know what 142 equivalates to. Vikings can do it. We can do it. We can do this. We can still do this, guys. It's gonna be exciting. I don't know how to spell that word. I might have put exiting there. I'm not even sure. I'm ready. Having a bad day. Not bad enough. Let's make it worse. Nah, I mean, yeah. When they lose, I do get bummed. But like I said, I'm not looking to win this year. I want to see Max Brosmer. If Max Brosmer was starting, I wouldn't care if we win or lost. I wouldn't care nothing about this game. I mean, I would care a ton about not about like the win or loss, but I would care a ton about the game. Like I'd be watching how he throws. It would be just a fun time watching him try to escape in that crazy pocket that's going to be happening tonight. I think that would be really great. This is such garbage. Agent McCarthy will never start another game for the Vikings.
Like they are, why don't you just go get some work on your ankle? Just keep working on it,
Daddy's taking the dog to the farm. He'll be back. The dog will be back. Don't worry.
Amazing take. It's like on TV if somebody just is off the show for a couple weeks and they never come back.
Totally.
What happened?
Totally. The Vikings quarterback room last year, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, JJ McCarthy's on.
Vengeance. Vengeance. Is that right? Right there. I knew it would be wrong. I knew I'd be wrong. I knew it. Vengeance.
IR. But it is crazy that they let Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones go, and they are like two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. And now they're playing.
Two of the best. Like, I just want everybody also to look at something. All right, Daniel Jones and Daniel Jones came from New York, and he wasn't doing that well. Right, he was just about to lose his job and not be able to go anywhere. Be a backup, career backup, dude. Went to Kevin O'Connell, and look how good he came out. Right. Okay, just put this in your mind, okay? Then, same thing, Sam Darnold, right? Amazing. Went from being, nobody thought he could do anything. Everybody thought he was completely done. To, oh my gosh, this guy is the best. Just like he said, he's the best. Best in the league. Okay? So if coach, in fact, Carson Wentz is the only person I've seen coach not be able to really help. But put this into perspective, right? If JJ McCarthy is young, right? He's 22, still growing, still learning, right? You put him in that system. And don't you think that he comes out a top quarterback? Just saying, like, do you really believe that he would let all them guys go just because the pressure of the draft pick, you know? Or do you think it was because he's seen some things in practice where he knows he's got his guy? Everybody knows, and we all knew, and that was the thing. And I think that's another thing that's hurting a lot of people. We all knew he was going to be a beast coming into it, but we I don't think weren't prepared for the injuries, the long wait, and the rough start and all the like the offensive line, especially when we put so much time into it. But now I think the Vikings, hopefully they realize, you know, having an elite starting line is great, but having a big offensive line for many people is even better, I think. So I'll finish with that, and like I said, JJ McCarthy is going to end up being so amazing, dude. Look at that. He's wearing it. He's good to go. All right. And he is playing tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't know. From what? All right, we got to get on TikTok and do things. Have a good time, everybody. This is the first of many MrKnew shows. We're going to have people come on. Hopefully, you guys, anyone that wants to come on, whether it's the Purple Persuasion, One Bar, Megan, all these people, Dust Baker. Well, you just want to talk some sports, Purple Rain Vikings. You want to talk what's going on. You want to get some excitement going. You want to hang out. You want to get the spark. Let's do this thing, man. It's going to be so fun this season, and I can't wait to dive in over and over and over again and take bites out of every single game and look at the game film, go over things, critique things together, have some laughs, and like I said, it's going to be a great time. I think Vikings Twitter is one of the best in the whole, like out of all like the nations of fans. And I think, like I said, when we galvanize, I'm not going to say if, when we galvanize, it will be great. And I think just basically, I just want to say, like the older fan base, I just want to let everybody know, like that's what's happening with like the younger fan base and the older. They just feel like every time they say anything about McCarthy, they just get kind of bombarded and anger and hate on them. And like I've myself experienced this. I'm a McCarthy guy. Like I'm a big McCarthy proprietor. Proprietor means like a fan. I'm a big fan. I think a believer. And I said one or two things about him, and people came at me so fast and calling me the R, like, you're a retard, you're dumb, you're this, you're that, you're so dumb, you're an idiot. And people coming out all the time like, the idiots think this, the dumb people are this way. I think that's what really gave a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and that's what needs to stop. All right, it needs to end. Nobody's better than the next person. We're all equal here. I don't give a shit how many followers you got. That doesn't mean anything. When I was, 20 years ago, this wasn't real. If the world shuts down, none of it matters. It don't matter. What does matter, though, is life. And that's why we say football is family. And my family loves to watch football. And we love to talk football. And I have a great eye for scouting football. And so I think that the younger fan base almost owes the older fan base an apology. I know they'll never get it, so I'm going to give it to them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've had to go through a lot of people condescending you. Other people too. Women I've heard a lot of things bad about. This league is changing because we want to be more inclusive, and I think that is a great thing. The numbers get better, we get more people, which makes the team get more revenue, which I believe that's why the officials screw us out of Super Bowls and stuff, is because we're not making enough revenue versus the opponent that we're going against, whoever or whatever. They have so much hype against them or something like that, or they have a story or this or that, and a wiffle ball bat, So, fantasy football wise, if anybody got any questions on here before I go on TikTok and I have to answer fantasy football questions quick for everybody. No one's got any here. Just want to do that. And like I said, thank you for joining the MrKnew Show. We're going to have many, many, many more of these. We're going to try to get clips out, things out. And also, guys, meet me on here, on X. All right? This is the place, all right? Meet me. This is me right here, MrKnew, okay? And you could also get Vikings gear right here. Click this link, and you can get your gear. And I will get a little bit of a commission. I don't know how much it is. I've never looked at my commissions. Also, Zydex PCs, some of the best in the business. All right, check it out. I got one myself. And also, what's cool about this is a upgrade. Went to a 7 to a 9 for my graphics card or whatever. So, I think, or my GPU, my GPU, yeah, went from a 7 to a 9. So I like Ryzen 7 to Ryzen 9. I think that they don't get enough attention. I think that people need to really, really check these guys out. Like, for real. Like, dude, these guys are building some of the best computers in the world, and you can get them for a great budget. That's why I have the link on my page. That's why I shout them out. That's why I work with them. These guys are some of the best, all right? They have 230,000 followers, you know what I mean? And that means that, I just want to let you know, because that means that they're well established, you know what I mean? You're not putting your money, or you're not putting your investment into a company that just is just new or starting up, or maybe could have some hiccups. This is a well-grounded company. Your things are lifetime service warranties, okay? You can call right up, and then, boom, got you. Chat, right there. But whatever you need, man, they got, I don't know what they call it, but chat for sure. Right there, anytime, basically. And the thing is, with Zydex, like I said, with my upgrade, they do giveaways, and they don't like pick just certain people. It is truly random. Hair in my face. As back when I got it, I was a nothing. I wasn't part of anything. Nobody knew anything or whatever, and still somehow they pulled me, and I got the upgrade. I know it's a piece of hair on my tongue. Sorry about that. I got the upgrade, and like, I couldn't believe it, because the last company I was associated with, Artesian Builds, they got in trouble for that. They were selecting certain people, and I'm not trying to throw them under the bus like this, but I'm just trying to tell the truth, because when you go on to a giveaway, you always kind of wonder, like, in your mind, like, dude, they're never going to pick me. No, they'll pick you. They could. They really could. If you do, and you get, like, the one when I won, I put in so many different tickets, because they give you a list and you can do all these different things. I did every single one, and plus bought a computer, so I had thousands and thousands of entries. When you buy one during those times, you'll have thousands of entries, and we got Black Friday coming up. Like I said, there's going to be so many deals, and with Xbox raising its prices, with the console so expensive, you guys, I can't express enough. Zydex is the place for PCs, man, and I wouldn't get mine from anywhere else. And the thing is, also, when they set me up and everything, we talked about it so that when this gets out of date, I can redo it very easily. Like, everything is set up so that I can redo my computer. This one over here that's just sitting here, that custom PC, I can't do that with. The way that they set that up, it's completely locked up, and I can't even, I would have to rip the whole motherboard out. I have to build a whole brand new computer. It's just a shell. So that is my experience, okay? I've had the bad, and now I have the good. And I just want you to join the good, man. Don't join the dark side. The light is where it's at, and the light is at Zydex PCs. Was there any YouTube Vikings thing that we can watch before we quit? Let's see what's going on. Any hype? Vikings live, blah, 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 blah. No hype. Like, Vikings on the Vikings page. We want the Vikings actual page. There it is. Boom. Alright. Videos. Alright. Oh. My gosh. The crucial catch. I've wanted to watch this so much. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, this means so much to me.
Gently drawing blood from patients in the Cancer Center at Methodist Hospital, Abraham Westland does his very best to put those sitting in this lab seat at ease as much as he can. Tom Hawes first started looking forward to lab visits with Abraham more than a year ago when he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Early on, every visit, an emotional roller coaster.
Well, you don't know what it's like from walking from the parking lot to that room. The roller coaster that you're on.
Just
In
let you
addition
know,
to
like,
Abraham's
why I'm-
smile, positivity,
why I'm so
infectious
interested.
laughter, he trades the tiny prick of pain his needles might cause each day for the soothing piano keys in the hospital lobby. This is where the 24-year-old phlebotomist offers up the sort of emotional medicine no doctor here can prescribe.
What these people have to go through every single day is, it's unbelievable. And I'll just say that I've met some of the strongest people here. I get inspired every day by the interactions that I have. And it's not even as much for the writing style of like, okay, I
Gosh,
need to
I wanna
write about
get
this,
some
but it's
Crucial
like,
Catch gear.
I
wish I
know
had
that I'm in
Crucial
the
Catch
right
hat.
place and doing the right thing.
It's a beautiful thing to walk into a place like a hospital and feel comfort by music when you walk in.
Kinda
because
pissed Coach
this
didn't
is,
wear
for so
Crucial
many
Catch
people,
hat.
this is
Sorry.
the last place they want to be.
For many staff and patients,
You
this
wore this
music
hat.
has become a bit of an anthem as the fight of their lives continues.
Sometimes people say, I don't have time, I don't give a shit about cancer. Give a shit, please. Oh, this is what he did. I didn't get to see the halftime show. Oh, thank you for posting this, Minnesota Vikings.
Does the darkness end? And when's the day that we'll be free? 'Cause I can't sit here in the silence, just knowing these chains are holding me. But if you just hold on, we can touch the sky, we can change the world one day at a time. Don't you dare give up, don't you dare give in. I can see your eyes are shining. Whoa.
2 years later in June.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm shining. Please welcome
Hey. We wanted to be part of this year, but
Bodies weak but hearts
Just
are
gonna be there.
strong. With doctors' help we carry It's crazy how this pain is changing, but still we're fighting to hold on. But if you just hold on, we can touch the sky, we can change the world one day at a time. Don't you dare give up, don't you dare give in. I can see your eyes are shining. Whoa, whoa,
I do have quite a bit of pictures of
I'm shining. Whoa,
circumstances.
Please welcome Viola.
Welcome. Yeah, you could do it.
We'll shine, we'll shine, we'll shine.
Shine bright.
And we'll light up all the sky like the stars upon the night. We're the doctors and the nurses and all healthcare can sit around waiting for change. To the families fighting illness, we commend you. And we will stand fighting for you.
I think they would show a lot. They should have picked a lot of pictures. Like, I would like to see, like, while he's playing this, I would like to see a bunch of them. Yes, I want to see it. Yeah, I know people on the team have people. You know, Max Brosmer's mom is one of them right there. That's the one I knew about. I didn't know about Blake Cashman and some of the others.
We can touch the
Prayers for all.
sky, we can change the world one day at a time. Don't you dare give up, don't you dare give in. I can see your eyes are shining. But if you just hold on, we can touch the sky, we can change the world one day at a time. Don't you dare give up, don't you dare give in. I can see your eyes are shining.
And I think the NFL should allow the players to wear all of these colors, just like the pink. You should be able to wear these colors, any of these, for 8 different colors. White is already included, so 8 different colors, as long as it's not one of the opposing team's colors. As long as it doesn't go in their color scheme. So let's say if you're playing the Giants, you know, obviously they can't have blue. You know, that's confusing. But, like, you know.
Thank you, Abraham. And to all those battling cancer, keep shining, keep fighting.
Little one loves you, Grandma. Keep going. Wish I would have seen the billboard. They said they were gonna put a bunch on the billboard. I love it that the Vikings are really awesome like that. And thanks, you guys. That's a great way to close out Crucial Catch Month. Like I said, as it has impacted my family greatly. We struggle. It is my wife, like I said, has stage 4 metastasized cancer that went to her liver and lungs, and she went through chemotherapy once, and that one failed, and then another one, and then that one failed, which was bags that she wore that pumped into her all the time, and then all of them but failed, and then she went to a pill which made her break out into a big rash and turned her whole body like a lobster, and it was just I don't know, allergic or something to it, and so couldn't do that medicine, and now we're down to just the very last little straws here of, you know, something that's, you know, this one, the medicine was like, oh, yeah, we watched a little video on it. I was like, we'll keep Grandma alive from 6 months, instead of 6 months, she'll be alive for 10 months. So it was really a hard thing to hear, but the glass half full and the strength that we want to show is, even though that was hard to hear, that like a little bit more time could mean everything for Regina, everything. A little bit more time could mean that she gets into a clinical trial in which the clinical trial works with her body and gets rid of the cancer enough to where her surgeon can cut the rest out and she could live a happy life. That would be a miracle, and that is the miracle we're fighting for every day and praying for every day. And like I said, all those out there with the crucial catch, keep fighting too. And Mr. New wishes you a wonderful game day. Skol Vikings.